Welcome back to the Brown Gent. In this video, I'm going to talk about two bridging protocols that can help you on your way to earn some really cool airdrops. So before we get into it, just remember none of this is financial advice. Please do your own research. And as you know, crypto is really complicated, can be confusing, sometimes scary and dangerous because you can lose your funds by clicking the wrong button. If you want to join a sort of special community that we sort of help each other and sort of give alpha support, coaching, and guidance, check out the Web3 Secret Society. Link to that is in the YouTube membership below. Hit the join button if you're interested. Now, today we're going to talk about Orbiter Finance and RhinoFi. Both of these are bridges. You've pretty much used both of these if you've been doing some of the campaigns on the web, whether it's Galaxy, whether it's Interact. Well, they have another role to play, and we're going to talk about that. The time to complete both of these is about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how fast you're doing it, and also depending on how intense you get into this. And the cost to complete this is pretty inexpensive. I totaled the whole thing a little below 20 bucks. And once again, you can scale this up or down based on your own preference. And the chance of an airdrop, well, Orbiter is potentially going to have an airdrop medium wise with the activities you do. And RhinoFi is really helping you with airdrops on other blockchains. So we're going to get into it, and let's start with Orbiter first. Now, Orbiter Finance is a bridge that I love to use because it's relatively inexpensive. Whenever I use like other bridges that are like for the main nets, they typically tend to charge a premium. Of course, they can do that because they're not a third-party bridge. And it's just like sort of, going to the store and buying like, a branded like Coca-Cola versus RC Cola. I'm not going to get into like which one is better. I believe the branded one is better. It might be a mental thing, who knows? But let me tell you something. When we use bridges, as long as the money gets across, we're all fine. And I believe Orbiter Finance and RhinoFi at this point have proven themselves, so that when they're available as the third-party bridging option of choice, I take it. Now, Orbiter has not done a token launch yet, while RhinoFi has. So Orbiter has this little unique point summary that you see on the top right. You see I have 225 points on this wallet, and you get these points for completing some actions. They call these quests, and it could be as simple as bridging a transaction. You see on the right some of the transactions I've already completed. I get 5 O points for bridging one transaction of any amount of ETH from any network to Manta. And as you know, we were doing the Manta paradigm, or the new paradigm for Manta. So I was using this bridge to take the ETH over for the gas. And then I was just playing around and sort of going back and forth with other chains. Every transaction, let me just show you what one would look like. If I was to go, for example, from Arbitrum, and if I went to, let's say, Manta, where are we here? Here we go. And let's say I wanted to do 0.1. If I sent it here, like I send 0.1, I get 0.1, and the gas fee, I'm just switching to the network. I'm sending 0.101. It's very minimal. It's about 1% that they're charging. And usually you're paying like much, much more than that. So like in this case, it would be like $1 or $2. So that's a very, very simple transaction. It would happen really fast. And you just do these consistently. And I'm not even saying to sort of do them out of like, just for BS reasons. You can use these bridges in line with some of your own activity while you're working in DeFi. So if you need to sort of send money, use this bridge. Why? Because you'll get points. And the idea behind this is you get these O points as high as possible, right? And they have special quests in the case of this where it's like, well, if you do these actions between Jan 12th and Feb 12th, then you will earn more points. So it's kind of like a rewards program of sorts. So There's high speculation that these points will sort of overlay into an airdrop in the future, which would make sense because it's correlated with volume on chain and volume with the protocol. And I think that's really cool. So check that out. The second part here, if you scroll all the way down, is they have an ecosystem decentralized application. They call it L2, the first omni channel or omni inscription for Ethereum community. What you do is you click mint here. It opens up a website layer 220. And what I did was, some people have gone absolutely wild on this. I saw on Twitter, people were like minting them like every hour, etc. It's just an inscription. Inscriptions are something that we've seen really take hold in Bitcoin. But hey, once again, the price of this is like, I think it was like 40 to 50 cents for each inscription. So I picked one chain where I wanted it, in which case I picked Arbitrum. And I went and literally went and bought one of each. So you can't do the same chains inscription like the received network. So I did Linea, Base, Optimism, ZK Sync, Polygon, Scroll. And the reason for that was I wanted sort of it created and sent over there. So you went there and minted, and basically that's it. So let me just show you an example. Let me go to Polygon ZK EVM. I'll just switch my network just to show you on here. And I will do one for Scroll. So I'll hit mint here. When I hit mint, so this costs 76 cents. I'm just going to screenshot this so you see it. That's the cost, just so you guys know. I'm being fully transparent here. I hate when, like, I've watched YouTube videos in the past where people are like, oh yeah, it's like 5 cents or 10 cents. And I try to do the same thing and it's like 30 bucks. So you see it here, 76 cents. And I have minted this. This inscription through the Polygon network, getting some engagement there on the chain, and then sending it over to Scroll. Then if I want to take a look at my inscriptions, I click on the top where it says my inscription, and I have 13,000 inscriptions. It shows me all of the token amounts over here, and it's pretty cool. So once again, this is just to get that exposure. There's a thesis online that this will correlate to some sort of rewards because we've seen stuff like this in the past. So got this here. It's also good to add up for your transaction count on the various chains. So the next thing I want to do is walk you over to RhinoFi. So RhinoFi is a more bright bridge, and it operates very similar to Orbiter. Now, one of the things that's really cool here is, depending on the chain you're on, when you're on the bridge page, you can see this: use more projects to increase your score and eligibility for airdrops. So there's RhinoFi NFTs, which we're going to go through. In this case, I'm on the Scroll network, so it's like Skydrome, the central trading and liquidity marketplace on Scroll, Layer Bank, etc. So let's go to RhinoFi NFT. And what's neat here, and I love this because if people ask me what the most exciting chains are for EVM, ZK Sync is probably the top of the line. Polygon ZK EVM, then Linea, Scroll, and Manta are right below them. But these are like 5 really big chains. And what you do here is you want to make sure your on-chain interactions are really high. It tells you this. And, you know, we've seen websites like Wenzer that like will tell you exactly where you stand. But let's say I go to ZK Sync Era. It tells me here that I'm in the top 3% of ZK Sync users. You want to see where you are, right? This is all based on my interactions. And they have 2 different levels of NFTs. Level 1, if you hold 0.002 Ethereum on the chain, I can mint an NFT. For some reason, it didn't grade this out. So maybe I'll just mint another. Maybe I'll just mint another one right here. It's just switching the network. And this thing is costing me $1.44. Once again, I want to show you guys this just for full transparency. I'm going to hit confirm. And we're going to go back here. So I just approved it. So we'll just let it go. Like I've already got this, but I believe in showing you guys. Who cares if I burn the $1.44? And now I can click view my NFTs. And you see, I got the ZK Sync Hunter. I should have more than one. Okay, whatever. So I have that one here. And then if you're in the top 30% of ZK Sync era users, you can also mint a Top Explorer NFT, which I've already done. I can click view my exclusive NFT over here. Why is it not loading? Nothing's popping up, but you know I've done it because it says claimed. Probably some sort of website error. But you can do the same thing for Linea. So Linea is the same thing. I'm level 9 out of 10. So what this tells me is I got a bunch more work to do. Oh, sorry. Level 9 out of 10 is not bad. You want to be a higher level than lower. I screwed up for a second. So once again, you can mint the NFT and then view the NFTs. So maybe I can view this one. I got 2 Linea Hunter NFTs here. And I got my Pro Hunter over here. Scroll, very much the same. I'm level 10. Got my NFT over here. Scroll Hunter. Got my Pro Hunter over here for Top Explorer. Polygon ZK EVM. Once again, I got all that stuff over here. So this is looking good. So that tells you that I've been farming, somewhat decently, right? Like I got the interactions on the chain to put me at the highest level. That being said, I want to be top 3% like ZK Sync because I want the most massive airdrop possible. And we know we're getting super close to that. But these are activities that, I'm not saying that they're the only thing that you can do, but you've trying to bet on the right things. I love the Pareto principle. And the Pareto principle tells you that 80% of your results come from 20% of your actions. There's a ton of YouTube channels out there that want to just keep posting every single day, talking about every single airdrop opportunity, talking about, oh yes, yeah, if you click on this corner on this website, on this month, on this day specifically, maybe you'll get an airdrop, because they just want to farm engagement and they don't really care. I'm going to assume that most of you watching this are not super into DeFi 100% of your time, and you got a ton of other things you want to do. So I only want to bring things that will help enhance your experience, not just sort of send you running in a million different directions. That's why, hey, I'm sure there are way more airdrops that I'll cover. There always will be, right? And there's always way more potential. But I want to cover the biggest ones and I want to cover the easiest ones, right? So I want you guys to always know when there's a really easy airdrop. So in that case, if there's not much interaction on your end or it's free to do and, you'll get an airdrop, that's one thing. Or if it's something like ZK Sync where you got to put a ton of work into it, but the sort of reward at the end is huge, then I'll talk about that. Otherwise, I won't be sort of bringing up every little thing. And I hope you understand that. And that's why I always say, don't just follow me on YouTube. Follow a ton of people because you want to get more than just one sort of perspective. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the video, hit the like button, share it with somebody you know. If you're interested in coaching or sort of having that private support, check out the YouTube membership. It's $25 a month if you're interested. We got a really good community in there. Also, guys, I just hit 6,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. A week ago, we were at 5,000. I really, really appreciate all the support, all the engagement. I read every single comment below. Sometimes I don't get a chance to get back to you as soon as I'd like, but let me just tell you, it means a lot to me. Continue supporting, continue subscribing if you haven't already. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.